Hi all, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be drawing Bakugo from My Hero Academia. So it's close up on his face. It's from his fight with Midoriya, I think, from what I can see of it. And he's got his sort of fists out, but we can't see him down here. We can just see his shoulders and his head and like his hair here. So let's get right in and start. So we're going to start with his eyes. So we'll come down to about here. In the middle of your page, we have him centered, and then we're going to start with his eyelids. So he's frowning, big evil kind of smile. Well, he's not evil, I guess. It's just, you know, that Bakugo sort of angry sort of smile that he has. Determined smile, I guess, is the way you could say it. So what we'll do is we'll do the first eyelid. So it starts here and curves, goes fairly vertical because he's real angry. And it meets hair here. So you can draw that eyelid, and then you can draw the other one. It's pretty similar over the other side. Just comes up like that. And then we have his iris and pupil inside. So just here, and then pupil in there. So in the style that My Hero Academia is drawn in, it seems that sometimes the iris lines don't really touch. So you could leave it like that, or you could join it together. It's totally up to you. So on the other side, we do the same thing. And remember, if I go too fast, guys, you can slow it down or pause, play. Just hit your pause button. Do another one just there. Pupil. And then, so the underneath, so those big eyes that they have in this anime, especially when they're fighting or getting real emotional. So it goes up and then comes up around here. And this will come up to hair as well, just there. And of course he has those kind of action lines that are coming out, like if you watched my one of Midoriya, they have these lines that come around the sides of their eyes. Just there. And we can do the same on the other side. So it just comes around and then up. And this one will meet hair as well, just here. So we're not closing the end of those eyes because his hairline comes up over them. So you can add some of those lines just there. And then we'll go this way. Just to there. Now, so on his nose, so he's got a mask. So he has sort of frown lines and things that are on that mask. Of course, if you were coloring it black, you mightn't be able to see any of them, but we'll draw them in anyway, just in case. And then he has some frown lines kind of going in towards his nose, just here, just to show that he's like angry and stuff. These frown lines, maybe you can make them a bit longer. Then we'll come down the middle and we'll add his nostrils. So it's very simple, just dots. Just like a dot there, and then he has that smile that I was talking about. So it's a diagonal one, real big, and you can see like nearly all his teeth. So we're gonna curve up, so it's just underneath this eye, see, just there, and just underneath this one. So it goes this way, curves up and around. And if you turn it on its side, it's like a capital letter D. So we'll go this way. See what I mean? It's kind of like a letter D. The eyes are kind of like that as well. And then his teeth inside. So we'll just draw the shadow for the dark part. there. You could do maybe the dark parts just here, make it a bit thicker, your lines. And then the teeth start to go in this way. So they just sort of come in and then come up at an angle, come down. You can only see like a little bit of the teeth in the middle there. So you're going to skip this section and you're going to keep going then over here. This one goes up then. And then this one goes off into that shadow there. Then he has that mask. So he's got a black mask on, part of his costume. So we'll do the oval sort of shape for his face first. So coming down here, chin. So just make sure it's start to go up about the same level on the other side, keeping it symmetrical. Just checking every now and then. Coming up, and it'll come up to about the same place on the other side. So about there. Curve it up. Just there. And then he has his mask then that comes along across here. Down, very sharp, kind of lightning style shapes on it. Back up. Comes across towards his nose, and then this one comes up across his nose, and then spikes the other way. They're not exactly the same on both sides, so it makes it kind of easier then when you're drawing it. So then his fringe, we'll do his fringe that comes across his head. So we're going to do those lines that I said were over his eyes, the hair that's over his eyes. So you can do one just here, here. You can finish that eye if you have room inside. And then these spike then start to go across. So Bakugo's hair kind of, I guess, has more spikes at the ends of the hair. It kind of gives his hair kind of a static, sort of electric kind of look. So it's just, there's just some more, at the end of a spike, you just like add 2 spikes, like kind of like that. See that? Every now and then you'll have like one that's kind of normal. So that's the one that came over his eye that I was talking about. And then we have another one. Comes down just over this part of his eye, just there. And then there's like a couple maybe lines just there on this one. And now we can add his ears in. So on this side we'll just do some more of the hair, just that's here. And then he has an ear just about here. So it starts about there, curves around, comes down, and then comes back into his head just under this piece of hair here. And then in there you have some lines for the bones and ligaments and things. Kind of like that. And then over here, behind his hair on this side, the other ear comes down. It's level, just with this ear as well. So it curves up that way. Finish the top of that eye in there. You could probably make some of these eye lines maybe a bit thicker. So line weights, you'll notice a lot of the drawings from My Hero Academia, they have fairly thick lines, especially around the eyes. It gives the characters a bit more, I don't know, sort of defined look. So now he has the bits of his mask that come off behind his ear, they just spike sort of around, kind of like in explosions, kind of related to his quirk. So kind of spike out like that, and it's like wings kind of that come around his ear. So you can see it very well on this side, and then the hair comes around, then he has the bigger ones that come down behind his head. So we'll just do some more hair spikes just in here. That way. And then he has those spikes that are behind his ear. Very spiky, prickly character. Suits his personality, I think. His costume. And oh, I just forgot some stuff in the ear there. So then we'll just finish his hair that goes around his head. So I probably might go off the top of my page. I mightn't have room to fit the very top of his head in, but we'll get most of it in. So we'll start just down here, and we'll start to spike around. And you can make them sort of double spiky sometimes. Kind of like, you know, adding a few extra spikes here and there. See, like that, kind of making it a bit extra energy, kind of like with that one goes off my page. So I'll go around to the other side and we'll see how we go. If you wanted, you could keep going, but I ran out of room, so I'll go over here and we'll start, and we'll see if they meet on the other side. We'll start here, just there, and then this one comes out, and then maybe some lines just in there. This one will come up then, adding some extra spikes as we go. More sort of energy up here, more spikes, line in there, line in there. Down there, and then goes off my page on the top there. Just add some spikes inside his head as well. So just like very similar to the outside style. And then he's a bit just here, just above this eye, some spikes that show there's a bit of hair sticking up on his head as well. So maybe we can see the bottom of maybe some of them spikes just there. Okay, so he has those collars that are on. So he has the spikes behind his head, and he has those shoulder metal parts. Is the only way I can describe them. They're sort of sitting on his shoulder here. So we'll start drawing them. So we have a curved line just here, coming down from his ear, and this one kind of travels down this way, goes off my page there, and then we have a part that comes across just like that, and then this comes back up to his hair and then down around his shoulder, and then we have another one just inside his neck just here. This comes down from like his jaw just here. So it comes down and just touches down there. Then he has holes inside on the bottom just here, circles, and then you could do a semicircle inside. You color in here black just to give him some depth, to show that they go in. So you're just doing a shadow basically now. Then we can go over and do this on the other side as well. So we start here, curve down, around the same level, and then comes down this way then, so it comes out and then back in. And then you do a line for the top of that box, and then it comes back into his face. And then we'll do this edge over here, like that. And then you'll do a similar line that we had on the other side. Then you add them circles again. So 1, 2, and you can see all of this. And then circles inside there, semicircles, sorry, and color them in black just to give it some shadow. And then we have the muscles in his neck just here. So we will do, so his collarbone just here. Same on the other side then. That. This one kind of comes down then towards his chest. And then we have those neck muscles that I was talking about. So there's a shadow in here. And then this sort of line for neck muscles just coming down here. Done with hatching. And then we've a shadow just under his chin. Just here. And then a bit of hatching coming down towards the collarbone. Some lines just to indicate maybe some scratch marks or muscle just there, and then a line for the inside of his neck, and then those hatching lines just here as well coming down this direction, just there, to show that those neck muscles just there. We can see just the top of it is that X that's on his chest, just 2 lines coming down like that, and then we just need to add in his shoulders. So we have shoulder line coming from here, very angular, coming down, not really going round, just going to a point and then coming down there. And then we have some lines for muscles just here, coming out here, just coming around that shoulder. Some hatching just there to show some darker parts just for that shoulder. And we'll go over and do shoulder on the other side. they're about the same level. So you go across, down, and it comes around then. And then similar sort of muscle line shapes. Add some hatching to that if you wanted. It just gives the muscle a bit more definition, I guess. Then all we have to do is those bigger spikes that are on the back of his head. So we'll go big one up here. So real big goes off my page there. Comes back in here. And then we have ones that spike this way. Down. Here. And then comes down, back in, another one, in, and then a big one down the bottom here, comes all the way down to there, spikes back, and of course in there there's black, it's orange on the edge and then black inside, so you could just follow the edge of that line just to mark your black parts. So the edge is orange, in there is all dark. And then we can go over and just do something similar on this side. So you have a big spike down here. Just coming across there. And then they start to get smaller and go sort of behind his hair. So you can add as many as you'd like. I'm just going to take shortcut and jump this one here. Go up. Across. And there's like a big one that comes up behind this piece of hair here, and it probably comes down somewhere, so imagine it comes down there, and then you do your dark sections inside that again. So you're just following that shape that you just did, and all in there is black. Okay, there he is, Bakugo from My Hero Academia. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, and all the rest, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.